This is my Authortube Newbie Tag 2.0 video. Question number 1 states, what's your book's pitch? If you have multiple works, choose your favorite. So my favorite would be my main story that I'm writing, which is I guess a dark fantasy romance. I don't know if I'd throw the romance in. Romance is a decent part of the plot, but not the whole thing. Like, I could take out the plot and just insert a friendship and it would still work. So, but the pitch for that story is a young woman finds out that everything weird and odd that has ever happened to her or been described to her is because she's not fully human. She finds out that she's half elf, and the reason she finds out is because she needs to go back to her world of her mother, because her father is human and that's who she's lived with in our world. She needs to travel to, I guess the best way to describe it would be an alternative Earth, where it's Earth but it's populated by elves, and the structure of the planet is different, almost like post dinosaurs, where like the continents are in one. That's kind of how I envision the world. So she has to return back to that world and take back her kingdom and the crown by the reigning king, who is the person that killed her mother, and the reason why she didn't get to grow up in that world and had to secretly grow up in our Earth, and pretend everyone lied to her, pretending that she's just human and that she had problems. So that's basically the pitch, I guess. I don't know, that's not a good pitch, but that's the idea behind my story. Question number 2, if you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? That is even harder, and I have no idea how to answer that question. Honestly, I don't even know what a proper pitch is. Apparently, I feel like the first one was messed up. So, I guess I am Dolores Medill. I'm a Hispanic woman living in southern Arizona. I have 3 siblings. My mother and father are still alive. I'm married to a wonderful man. I am a patient care tech that works at a local hospital, and I guess that's it. I don't know. That sounded awful. I don't know what a pitch is. I guess I should learn that. What do you usually write? So if you watched the first part of the video, or the other video, I write fantasy and sci-fi. I was writing a contemporary. I don't know if I'm going to go back to that. I'm not sure if I want to still be labeled as also a contemporary writer, but for sure sci-fi and fantasy is what I enjoy reading and what I enjoy writing. So number 4, what's something you'll never write? I will probably never write thriller and mysteries. I really enjoy a good mystery book. Dan Brown is one of my favorite authors. I love that I can never actually figure out who the bad guy is. He writes it so well and so intricate that when I normally, with other people's books, I can guess what's happening, him, no. Never can figure out who the bad guy is. And I enjoy that mental challenge, and I don't want to ruin that. And I feel like if I wrote mysteries, which would mean that I'd need to do more detail, then I'd have to nitpick and break down a mystery, that I would lose that joy of mysteries because I would know how they work, and I don't want that. I want there to be a genre that I enjoy just to enjoy, not because I know how it works. Especially a good author like Dan Brown, where I just can't figure it out, no matter what. So, number 5 is, what's your goal for starting in Authortube? So, again, this was talked about in the other tag, in number 7, pretty much. But what my goal is to share my writing journey, and then hopefully when I finish writing would be to show my querying and publication debut author journey. So especially because I'm writing a adult book, and I feel like a lot of Authortube is filled with people writing young adult books and publishing young adult books, and that my journey would be different because I would be getting published under an adult title instead of a young adult title. Not that I'm doing it because it would be different. I just want to share my experience and then use this as a reason to not get distracted, because I will have a good stretch and then get distracted and forget. Not forget, but find reasons to not. Especially like I've recently found the joy of Sims, and I've fallen into the hole of that and refound gaming, which I really haven't 100% enjoyed since I was younger. So I tend to find something and then become obsessed with it, but I want to have writing as something steady, and I feel like Authortube would force me to do that. So my Instagram forces me to constantly think about it, but nothing holds me accountable on Instagram like I was hoping. So hopefully these videos will hold me accountable more, I guess is what I'm looking for. Someone to keep me in check. Question number 6 is, what made you want to start writing? I love stories in general. I love being able to escape into a world and not have to think about what is happening now. I had an interesting childhood where my mother was very sick, and even though she got better, she kind of would go back and forth a little bit. She's much better now, but as a child, there was a lot of things thrown at me in different ways, and I was also a sick child, and stories let me forget all about that. It was a beautiful escape from a world that had so much consequences and so much reality, where I could go into another world where everything's perfectly fine. And if it's not perfectly fine, the hero made it so that in the end it was fine. And I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to share a story that allows a person to truly escape, no matter what is happening in the real world, to allow you to have that break and enjoy what's happening and find joy in that, find peace. And that's why I want to write, because while I'm writing, I'm escaping into my story. So I would like to hope that someone reading it would feel the exact same way. So that's why. Question 7 is, what is your publication path? So my publication path would be traditional publishing. I know that a lot of Authortube is indie publishing, but from what I can see, what I would enjoy about traditionally publishing is having that person that has my back, like a literary agent who is gonna be that person in the corner that I could like tag in and be like, help please. And like the group that you get from a publisher that their mission is to help get your book out, even if you're not like the top person that they're wanting to get out, like the, what did Alexa call it? Like the lead title, you are still dedicated a certain amount of rights in the publishing, even if you end up having to push your own advertisement because you're not that lead title. I think I would enjoy that structure and the group being there with you versus it just being me. And yeah, I bring in an editor and, you know, bring in designers and stuff, but everything falls back on me, and I feel like I would be easily overwhelmed with that. And I want buddies, even though they're not buddies, but I hope you all know what I mean. Question number 8 is, what content will you bring to the table? So that's again question number 7 in the other video, where I would bring vlogs and unboxings of the Scribbler box. To put it flatly, that's what I would bring. So question number 9 is, what is your biggest writing struggle? So I mentioned it a little bit in the other video, but my biggest struggle would be my dyslexia. I sometimes still can get really frustrated with, I know the word that I want to write, but even freaking spell check doesn't know what I'm trying to say, and having to, you know, search on Google, and will Google figure out what I'm saying. And because I know that the word is spelled wrong, but I don't know how to spell it correctly. And feeling that because I have this difficulty, that I can't actually write, and that people won't actually take me seriously because I don't know how to spell properly, even simple words that I occasionally still have problems with, even though I've gotten much better at it. That is still like a self-doubting point that I have, that I still struggle with even at work. I will stay late and check all my charts to make sure that I didn't mess up on something, that I didn't flip a number and put in a wrong value, which I have done, and that if it wasn't because I stopped and looked over my charts, I wouldn't have caught it. And if the nurse didn't catch it, then it would just stay on that patient's record, and it might freak out a doctor later when he's looking over how the patient was in the evening. So it's still something that I struggle with, but I know that there are tools and I know what to do to fix myself. So I know it's not something that can really hinder me, besides me hindering myself. So that would be my biggest writing struggle, honestly, is me and my relationship with my learning disability and how I feel about myself in connection to that. Question number 10 is, what's your best writing skill? I honestly don't know what would be my best writing skill. I guess my overactive creativity. I don't think that's a writing skill, but I honestly don't even have an answer for that question. Because I still don't know. When I first did the videos, I don't even remember what I said. I guess it would be my creativity, my constantly being able to think up of something. That sounds like I phoned that in. I guess maybe I did. I don't know. So the next one says choose 11 or 12. I would choose 12 because this is my first time doing this. If you're new to Authortube, what is your biggest Authortube question? And I'm not sure if I have a question, honestly. I don't remember what I asked last time. Maybe I should have looked over that. But I guess if I had to ask a question, it would be, how do you juggle all the writing with the editing? Because as I said earlier, I found out editing my other video how long it actually takes to edit a video, and to edit it decently, because I wouldn't say that I probably edited my last video well, because I'm new at that, but it takes a lot of time, and that time takes away from your writing. So how well do you juggle that? Or do you feel like you juggle that well? And then question number 13 is, are you looking for a new channel for now? I don't know. I mean, I haven't, because I'm just starting to get back into YouTube. I haven't been looking for new video creators yet. I'm sure I will soon, but I also know that like Kevin is always talking about new people he's seen, and so is Kate Kavanaugh. There are plenty of people suggesting other writers on Authortube. So, but I never will turn down a suggestion. I just might not always have time to get to them, but it's always the struggle of YouTube, I guess, and trying to find time for everybody to watch everything. I'm especially learning that now while I'm trying to catch up on like 2 months worth of things that I haven't watched because I was on hiatus from YouTube because I couldn't handle the world. So that's really it. I don't have any more answers for the last 2 questions, and I can't think of them on the spot, honestly. So we'll see if I can smush these videos together to one video. If YouTube will be nice to me and let me post both videos at the same time. If not, I will try to post them back to back so that they can be viewed as one video. I'll even make a playlist for just those 2 so that you can watch them back to back, because to me that makes sense. They're the same exact tag. Like, I referenced things in the other video because I feel like it's gonna be another video. I keep saying that, but I referenced things in the other video, so we'll see what happens. But until then, I will see you guys later, I guess. I'm gonna try to do Camp NaNoWriMo in July, because obviously I didn't do April because my world would not allow that at the time, even though I had planned to. I will be trying to do it. I'm probably gonna set a really small goal because I don't want to make myself feel bad if I can't reach the goal because of work. So until next time, whether I should be getting my scribbler box soon, so the next video might be my scribbler box depending on how long it takes me to edit this video, which I might try to edit tomorrow or Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday are my like main weekends, because those are my husband's days off, and I try to make sure I have those days off at least so that we can spend time together and get, you know, chores done like on a regular weekend. So I will see if I can get this video edited tomorrow or Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. If that's the case, then probably after these 2 videos, because I really do feel like it's gonna be a 2 video intro, that my next one will probably be my scribbler box, and then my first vlog will most likely be the beginning of camp, which we'll see. So until next time, I guess I will see you guys later, whoever's watching this. Bye.